This, this, this peak, absolute peak, like peak, peak, raw fire. First, I want to thank y'all because the game is finished. The game is over. No, it's over. I started the game when it released, so September 26th, I think, if I remember correctly, or 25th my time. And today it is the 22nd of February. I finished the game like last Sunday. All this week I passed it editing the video. And I have fun. I had fun playing. I had fun editing. I had less fun translating and doing the subtitles, but oh well, it's part of the game. I had fun challenging myself, like doing daily uploads with this type of content. Doing the subtitles and translations again. But like, shit was fun. So I want to thank y'all for watching the videos, for being with me. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna give my thoughts, a bit of a review, spoilerless, at first. So, real quick, this is me from post-recording. I wanted to thank more people, actually. Number one, I want to thank the GOAT, the absolute GOAT, Sam Farron. Sam Farron, if you don't know, he is a YouTuber that has been translating Kiseki games since, at the very least, Kuro 1. So basically, he's been doing what we were doing for much longer than I, and way better. Let me tell you, this guy, he's a machine, an actual machine. He translates the games with no tool like we did, like with the Luna translation, Google Translate on my phone, or ChatGPT, bro. It's just him. He speaks Japanese, of course, that makes things way easier. And I don't know if he has like a dictionary on the side or even Google Translate on the side with his phone. It doesn't matter, bro. It's just the absolute GOAT. And I want to thank him because I probably got the idea from him to do that, like to actually translate the game. Now, of course, the actual idea of this playthrough was just to record myself reacting to the game, but I think that overall translating and all that, I was really inspired by him, so I want to thank him for that. And number two, I wanna say sorry actually, because you know that term, land of change? I actually snatched that shit from him. And I think in the first video where we talked about this land of change, I translated it as land of revolution, but it was not clear without the context. Now with the I'm sorry, damn, with the end of the game, it's a bit more clear, so maybe it could work. But at the time I didn't know, so I just took the word from him without really asking him. I did credit him in the video, but I didn't ask him, which is probably something I should have done. So I wanna say sorry, alright? I wanna say sorry. But again, the GOAT, he really is him. I also wanna thank the localizers, because damn, translating this shit is not easy. It really is not. Number one, because the sheer length of the games. It's not necessarily the length of the games, it's just the length of text you have to translate, whether it's just the main story or the side quest, the NPCs and shit. It's just too much. It's too much work, and then the work itself is not easy. I can tell you, this shit is not easy. Yes, I had tools at my disposition. I used them on... It's not even I used them, I really could not have done it without the tools. And bro, damn, that shit really is a lot of work. It's hard, and I just gotta say, hats off to the localizers, man. They deserve it. They deserve some kind of recognition, because the work they do is tremendous, and they do good work. So yeah, thank everyone. Thank you everyone. Really, thank you. The localizers, Goat Fearin, everyone. Thank you, really. That those that have not played the game and perhaps are waiting for a Western release can have a bit of an opinion before the game, before they get the game. But yeah, this game is peak. This game might be top 2. Might be top 2. Really, like really. So much happens in the game, but at the same time, not so much happens because it happens in 4 days in game time. 4 days, right? I think so, yeah. And while the start is a bit slow on the pacing as usual, when you get to that chapter 3 shit, oh, this shit is good. And the finale, oh, this shit is good shit. This is post-recording me again. Got something more to say before we move on to the spoiler review. It's basically why this game is good and why it is better than the last game. Well, number one, and I think it's the most important part of this game, is that it actually advances the general plot of this arc and the series compared to the last game. So, by default, it is better than the last game. And if you were thinking that the last game was bad because of that, then you don't have to worry, because this problem has been fixed. There's basically, you take all the improvements that have been added in the last game, whether it's about connect events, like the dual connect events with 2 people, the gameplay, and all that stuff, and you add the fact that this is actually a game within the Calvard arc. It advances the plot for Vaughn, it introduces the Reen route, same as Kevin, all that good stuff. This is basically what this game is. Now, for the gameplay, hey, this shit is good. This shit is good. We are near Reverie territory in terms of gameplay. They have added 2 new mechanics, which are shard commands, which are basically the equivalent of brave orders, and Zoc. Zoc, basically, it is when you activate S-Boost twice, you basically get an additional action. And these 2, they're really great. Why? Because you are not the only one to benefit from these mechanics. Yes, the enemies can use them too. Just like in Ghost 3 and 4, the enemies can use Brave Order in the form of disorders. They're going to handicap you, and they're going to force you to use an additional bar of S-Boost to cancel them. So that's annoying, right? But that's good, because it makes the game more difficult. Same thing for Zoc. Do you imagine McBurn getting 2 actions for free? Like, for actual free. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. But it hurts even more when specific bosses get 2, 3, or even 4 actions with this mechanic. Let me explain, without going into spoilers, of course. There is a certain plot-related thing that will get introduced at some point, which will buff the enemies. And basically, it will grant them additional actions when they use Zoc. For example, when a boss under that status uses Zoc, they won't get 2 turns, they'll get 3. And even more specific bosses will get 4 actions. And now it starts getting crazy. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that this game is very hard. I've seen people say that, yo, it's hard and shit. I don't necessarily agree with that. I've played the entire game in Nightmare, and there was no instance where I was really struggling. Of course, the early game was a bit rough, just like in every game, but once you start getting those really good quartzes, like Kusunagi that doubles your crit damage, shit starts to get crazy. And bosses don't really follow because not every boss has access to disorders. Not every boss has access to Zoc. And this is what is a bit unbalanced. While you got stronger, the enemies did not follow. Meaning that this is where you really start stomping the game hard. Like really hard. For example, monsters are the ones that suffer the most. Wanna know why? Because they do not have access to disorders. They cannot use it to like shift the momentum in their on their side. They cannot use Zoc either because they do not have ornaments, that type of stuff. These types of bosses are the one that suffer the most from the mechanics that they don't have. Other bosses, some will have disorders, some will have Zoc, but usually they won't have both unless there's like 2 people in the battle. Enemies, of course, still have access to S-Break. It's just that not every boss has an S-Craft. And that's a bit annoying. Like, you have mechanics available for the enemies, but not every enemy has access to it. I understand, but it's just, yeah, you could have done better. I have struggled a bit on certain fights throughout my playthrough, but not enough that I needed to go back to my save and change strategies. There's been some times where I was, forced to change my equips, like to resist a certain ailment, but that was really minor. There was no real boss that made me struggle to the point where I had to go farm or that kind of stuff in any other game. Like, I don't know, let's say Atlas Games, you get your ass beat, you go farm some more, you get some personas, some demons. Recently, I think with Metaphor, it's jobs. So you probably just grind your job, you come back, and you're all set. Well, I have not struggled that much. There's some bosses, again, they may struggle. But yeah, nonetheless, the game is still harder than its predecessors, Kuro 1 and 2, I think at least. And the gameplay, I think, is infinitely more fun this way. You are not just one-sidedly crushing the bosses, the enemies, because they have access to the same mechanics as you. So it can only make it more fun, even if it's not that difficult, to be honest. In my opinion, there was way too much dooming about Kuro 2. And so if you were like in the line of thinking like, yo, Kiseki is doomed, Trails is doomed, honestly it's not. And if anything, this game proves that it's back, even though it never left, to be honest. This game is really good, and it's not just because it's a good game. Its impact on the whole series is incredible. It really is. You understand when you play, but damn, this game is important. Is it actually the 20th anniversary title, or it's Sky Remake? I think it's the remake. But really, 20 years in the making? You could say that this game was 20 years in the making. No, not really, but like the events that happened in this game were 20 years in the making. That's just how important this game is. I'm not gonna waste much more time on the spoiler-less review, but just know that this game is good. This game is really good. Before actually I get onto the spoiler review, I wanna do some things first. If you guys remember, last month the game released on PC and the soundtrack released officially. We have it on screen. And apparently the full version of the opening is catastrophic. Like, they want that Singa guy hanged with jumper cables, though, in GTA, of course. They want him gone. So I want to react to it. I want to laugh, because I showed it to one of my homies and he did not like it. It's not even he didn't like it. Bro was like, this shit is really bad. Hold up, let me find it. Okay. Shiroi Sekai. White World. That's the usual, yeah. It's like the first 30 seconds are not it. Apparently. So far it's the same as the one we had in the opening of the game. Nah, it's probably towards the end. I don't know the musical terms, but like, is it the what? Refrain? I'm sorry, I don't have the necessary vocabulary. I like the transition. So far, there's no problems. What was the surprise? What the? What? Where are we going? Where did we go? I mean, it's not bad, it's just, why? It's a surprise. An actual surprise this time. This is good. Oh, this is good. That's it? This is the song that everyone hates? What? I will agree that this part, hold up, is really weird. I don't know what singer was smoking during that. But bro, he went on a freestyle and what? Why? I mean, it isn't bad, like for real, it isn't bad, it's just weird. Like it's not the same song at all. Yeah, I don't understand. Again, it's not bad, it's just, why is it here? Why is it in the song? I mean, it's just, yeah. What was bro smoking? What? Oh my god. Who's Kia 2? Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. People are so... Damn, they're ruthless. What? Okay, I get it. This shit is weird. This shit is weird. Yeah, okay, I get it. Also, there is... Yes, The Legend of Seven. Apparently this is an unreleased track. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but yeah, it didn't play like. I think this was supposed to be the equivalent of like Kevin's theme. If you can find it. Kevin Graham, yeah. Because clearly you can hear the reference to motherfucking the third. You can recognize the third's OST in this one. And I think the goal for the other one was to do the same, but for Conceal. It's just never played in the game. What is XYZ? Oh my god. Ooh, Enforcers, kind of Kiseki version. Is it actually not the SAV version? Yeah, it's not. I thought it was. It's good. Oh, it's good. To confirm my existence, I'm pretty sure it's the final dungeon. Oh, Resonance of Ray 2? I mean, considering the events, kinda. Oh, it's by Jindo? Yeah. Okay, whoops. I remember saying that this one wasn't very good in-game. It's good, it's good. Oh, it's good. It grew on me. It grew on me. And then Into Space. Yeah, Emilia's theme. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, this shit good. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the theme that plays during the Excalibur battle? Sure. By who? By Jindo, of course. Kinda, yeah. Because it's very reminiscent of is it Perfect Seal of Zero or Celestial Coalescence? I'm pretty sure that Celestial Coalescence is by Unisuga? I'm not sure. Fall in Hope by Jindo too. Yeah! This is the goddamn final boss battle. Which, surprise, surprise, Unisuga. But apparently this is a leftover from like Cold Steel 3. Signature beat? Oh, yeah. Because you hear a kind of spiral of Erebos. The equivalent of its clobbering time, huh? Oh, does it now? Yeah, people saying like it's reminiscent of Nier, like I kinda understand it, it's the vocals. But I want to compare it to Raincoat actually. The soundtrack from Raincoat. I don't know why the vocals are similar, kinda, if you've played the game. The King of Kings. Yeah, people say it's leftover, people say it's not. This is the instrumental version. It's called Megami no Uta. It's basically the goddess's song, or song of the goddess. Oh, Cradle, I'm sorry, by Starlight. And then the actual credits song, which Gaki on the piano. But this song is good. They have the same duo. Trio actually with Miss Sasaka. Interesting. So yeah, up. These, not this one, those are my notes. These are the lyrics I made, and I realized that I made a, what's it called? Editing mistake, because at some point, like, I think it's this. No, it's actually this. Doesn't display properly on the screen. Anyway, those are mine. I put them in the description of the final episode if you guys want them. Basically, I just threw the song to a website to give me like the Japanese text, and then I threw it to ChatGPT because of course I didn't translate it myself. I just don't have the knowledge to do that. Threw it to ChatGPT and then just refine things here and there. I say refine, the shit took a long time, let me be honest. because we don't have the official lyrics, so we don't have the official punctuation. And so, for example, it would like separate like this verse, like this sentence, into two, because she says "owari wa hajimari" and then pause, and then the rest. So these would be two different verses, and it was just a nightmare. It was just a nightmare. So there was that to do, and then of course the English translation, which was a bit YOLO at some points, especially like this and this. There's more down to like at the end. This was YOLO a bit, especially this one, because she says this, the time will come to wake up, and randomly she says this. Shukufuku means like blessing, I think, and like don't mean much. Like the woe is the only indication, like in the sentence, that it could mean something other than just blessings. And so I went with its blessings. It wasn't easy, to be honest. It wasn't easy. After all that yapping, I'm gonna talk spoilers. Well, first, alright, before I even get into the spoilers, this game is bugged to motherfucking death. This game is so bugged, it's crazy. From just the drops in FPS, which, okay, granted, I am playing on a PS4 Fat, like an OG PS4. The frame drops were crazy. I did not have that problem with Kuro 1 and 2, but I was playing on a Pro, so maybe that's that? Maybe that's the problem? But I don't know. Like, these were really big drops. When you use Zog, when you use Awakening and shit. Yeah, no. I don't think that even on a Pro, it wouldn't have lagged. Anyway, other than that, I had an instance where I got Rin to die and keep his CP, and also keep his status, like he was still poisoned. What? There's that, there's the fact that S-Boost is kinda bugged with like S-Craft, like, you know, when you use an S-Craft, you're blocked from using it again until your S-Boost expires. Sometimes I could, like, sometimes I was on cooldown even though I did not have S-Boost. I think it was like shenanigans with like additional turns from Spirit Unification and Zog. That happened multiple times. And in the final episode, it was just comical at this point. The fact that at some point Shaddai had 0 HP and the battle was still ongoing, and the fact that in the second part of the battle, Vaughn died in Grendel form, and Boo just disappeared. He vanished. Like actual vanish. Bring back vanish, actually. It's funny, it's a shit mechanic, but it is funny. Because this guy really vanished. Now for the spoilers, talked about Shaddai. Well, Rune. Rune is Grendel Shaddai. See, when we first saw the opening, I thought it was gonna be like the second game with Zolga, where he would appear at the start and we would fight the Grendel throughout the whole game. No, bro was here only in the last hour of the game. That's crazy. That is crazy. And the fact that it just decided to randomly throw the white light status to Rune in the battle with Kasim and the rest. Evil. That was evil. That was evil. Ah, Rune. So, what's happening with Rune? Why is he Grendel Shaddai? Where did he get it? Does he not have a theory like the others? And also, what the hell is Grendel Shaddai? Because this shit got lightning powers. It can teleport, open like portals, and casually go from Earth to space. Bro can also, like, unshackle himself, escape the shackles of time. I'm sorry. Bro is too much. Like, is Van like the is Van's Grendel like the only jobber among them? This bro is an actual bum. He has no powers. Zelda had corruption. Shaddai has a bunch of shit. And Van is just like, yeah, I can punch and kick. Oh, I mean, we have Shin, because yeah, Von Grendel is the only one that's technically not named. But we have Alter, we have Shin. I don't know what an Alter is. Supposedly Shin is its name, but I don't know. So yeah, what is Rune? Is he a remnant? I don't think so, because Von especially, he would have sniffed him after his first encounter with the remnants. So I don't think he is a remnant. I would say that the shackles, Grendel Shaddai, is remnant-like. Now, what does this mean? I don't know. Oh, it's so weird. It is so weird. Because technically Shaddai's powers are the same as Alter Core. That's so weird. So I'm gonna go with like Shaddai is a remnant. What does this mean? Again, I don't know. I really don't know. All we know is that Rune was working with Hamilton. And probably for a long time too, just like Dingo, kinda. And the fact that he said all of this is for Lane. Didn't specifically say Elaine, he said Lane. So I'm gonna assume it's Elaine. This is troublesome. This is very troublesome because this means multiple things. Does that mean that Rune himself is a time traveler? Or does he remember the other loops? Yeah, because the loops are crazy. Oh my god, I have so much to talk about. Let's say he has memories from his past loops. And he's doing that for... Yeah, hold up. So I was browsing, like, you know, the Reddit threads on the subreddit after I finished the game to see what people had to say. Like, at some point someone said, like, yeah, okay, before I talk about that, we have known, technically, we have known about the resets, the loops, for a long time. But we've never really, like, had actual confirmation. Because if you remember, at the very least, we knew ever since Kuro 1. Probably before. But in Kuro 1, we talked about the Book of Ether. And Belgard said that there were only 72 devils before the world was reset, and then the 5 demon lords appeared. Keyword, reset. Now we know what the resets are. So, you know what that means? Vaughn was not here originally. Does that mean that he's way closer to McBurn than we think? He was inserted at the same time as Zion. So Vaughn technically isn't from Zemuria too. Oh, well, anyway, it's some weird shenanigans, but like... It is possible that at some point, Rune was living his life as usual when he was a child, with only Elaine. And maybe he had a crush on Elaine. And when Vaughn appeared, all of that was thrown into the trash, right? Yeah, this is basically what the guy was saying. Vaughn got inserted at some point in the resets, and it basically ruined Rooney's, I don't want to say life, because it didn't really. I mean, he seemed to be chill with Vaughn, right? Well, without much explanation from the game, we're not gonna go very far. But yeah, last thing I'll talk about Rooney probably is, I think that the Vaughn and Elaine ship has sunk. Like, actually. Like, the reveal with Rooney, the fact that Agnes did that, nah, yeah, bro. Oh my god. Well, that's not really important. Let's talk about Gramhart. I want to talk about Gramhart. Brody Gramhart, honestly, he is a bit, no, actually a lot like Osborne. Willing to do everything for, like, I mean, technically for the people you loved. It's way more complicated than that, but like, I mean, essentially they are the same. Essentially. Gramhart decided that the launch would be on his daughter's birthday to actually give her the best gift ever. Because your birthday is the day you were born, and you were given the gift of life. And by freeing his daughter from the Septerion of time and basically all the Epstein bullshit, it would give her another gift for her birthday, of course, but the exact same gift, the gift of life. She won't have to die this way, just like her mother and grandma died. I think that's goated. I think that's goated. And bro might be in a depression now. Bro might be in a big depression now. Like, bro is this near crashing out at the end of the game. Wow, damn. All that for Rooney to ruin his plans. Wow. After that, when Rooney goes to Hamilton and everyone else at Trion Tower, Campanella says, "This is the first time it has ended like that." And what I interpreted it as is that he's aware of the loops. In the moment, like in the video, I didn't understand, because of course the translations were not very good. But even post editing, I was like, what could this mean? And so I went back and watched a bit of the old games. And at the end of Cold Steel 4, let me get the line. And at the end of Cold Steel 4, you fight Maribel and Campanella at the same time. Basically, Maribel says, "Yeah, we won't tell you what we're up to, because those who are still shackled by this world's laws won't understand. Not everyone is Professor Epstein." That means a lot. First, does that mean that the Anguis are not shackled by the laws of severity, by the Septerion of time? The Anguis and the Grandmaster, of course. And then, of course, we got Campanella, because bro might be the closest person to the Grandmaster. I think he is. The fact that he knows about the loops and shit. Yeah, he knows a lot. As for Simeon, though, he's weird. Some people have said like that he seemed to not be human as well, just like McBurn, which is why Actually, they've compared him with McBurn. I find that interesting. I did not pick that up when playing. I want to know more about him. But I don't know. I don't feel like the enforcers know much about the Orpheus final planet shit, the loops, what's happening with the Lemuria. It's more the Anguis, right? Yeah, but are they really outside the shackles? Like they're not affected? Because what about Novartis? Novartis is an Anguis that was affected by the Grand Reset. How does that work? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I want to talk about Diva mode now. What Agnes did, she transformed, she activated Diva mode. And it said like successor, suitable successor, type Claudel. Now what does that mean? Suitable successor. Does that mean that there's unsuitable successors? And type Claudel, does that mean that there's multiple successors? Like, I don't know, I'm gonna say some bullshit, but like type of Lanster. Something like that. Don't really know much about that, because of course it was like at the end of the game and there was no explanation, but like the fact that after activating Diva mode and essentially becoming another existence, as Lapis has said, she tampered with the Grand Reset. She essentially tampered with the Septarian of Time. And who could do that? Because I think the only thing we know that's close to the Septarians is like the Holy Beast. The Holy Beasts. So, what did she do? Did she become the Holy Beast? Pause. Does that mean that the Claudio family, the Claudio bloodline, is the family of the Holy Beast? I wonder. That's my question. But like, what made it so that Sophie and Lilia had to die early, at a young age? Could it be the same type of succession like Roselia does? Like, she is the Holy Beast of Fire. And basically, at some point, she's gonna give the title to Celine. Have Lydia and Sophie sacrificed their lives for like the Holy Beast or something equivalent to that? Like, I don't know. Oh, perhaps to extend the period before the Grand Reset? I don't think so. Because Reset is from 1259. Way too much questions. Way too much questions. We're gonna switch to the video real quick. We're gonna mute this dumbass and I wanna look into this scene. This is the change you spoke of. So the change is like, what kind of change is that? Anyway, yeah, so beating the Septarian of Steel led to this conclusion. And then claim your new Tachi at the end of your fateful clash with the Black God. This is what I want to focus on right now. Apparently, beating Ishmelga sealed the fate of the world. Interesting. How? Why is there an Ishmelga Jr.? Oh my god, yeah, Ishmelga Jr. Wow. Is it an extension of the Septarian of Time? Or is it just Steel, like the Septarian of Steel number 2? Junior? Like, what? This is too much. And wanna know why? Because it means that Reen is gonna get an incredible role next game. As important as Vaughn, and maybe even more. Because people have said, again, when I went onto the Reddit and saw what people have had to say, they said that, yo, this new Tachi of his is gonna be a divergent weapon. And I'm like, what? shit is crazy. If he really does get a divergent weapon, this shit is just crazy. That's crazy. He's my goat. This guy, he's my goat. I've been pouring honey on him for the past 6 years of my life. And if bro gets a divergent weapon, because number one, he's not just gonna get a divergent weapon. If he does, of course, he's gonna get Valamor back. This is another mech we're gonna have to fight Ishmaelga Jr. Of course we're gonna need a mech. I don't think that the turfings are gonna be enough. We're gonna get Valamor back in some kind of way, whether it's the same way as in Reverie or actual Valamor. We're gonna get him back, and that's so big. He's gonna get Valamor and a divergent weapon. Bro, I don't have enough honey. I mean, I could get the mustard, I could get the mayonnaise. But like, bro, I don't know. Bro's too much. Rean Schwarzer, he's him. He's really him. Wow. Oh my god. I cannot wait for the sequel. I want to talk about this now. Hold up. Let me give you the sound. Sheena. Her mama. Sophie. Yeah, hear this? This is the same voice as Sophie from Memento Event number 10. Let's assume that this is Sheena, because of course it is Sheena, but we have no confirmation. Sheena and Sophie share a VA, a voice actress. Now, why? I don't know. Also, I do not remember Sheena having blonde hair. I'm pretty sure she was... she had brown hair. You know, kind of like Marielle. And of course, Maria reacts. Maria probably reacts because... Hold up, because I may be confused here. But in the Memorial Park, you have a statue of Sheena, don't you? Don't we? Isn't there? I'm pretty sure that they have compared someone to Sheena. Now, I don't remember. Was it Agnes or was it Marielle? And I'm pretty sure that they have told this to Marielle herself, if it's Marielle, actually. I think this is why she recognized her. Other than that, there's the... I have the picture saved. Hold up. Is it here? No. Image. Is it here? It is. I got it. Yeah, it's this. So this was basically the night date between Vaughn and Agnes. And at some point we stopped by, I think this is what district is it? Chardon? I don't remember exactly. There is this statue. And Agnes said that no one knows where it's from. I think? Or something like that. And she looks at it very, very weird. So is this some kind of artifact, just like Excalibur became at the end of the game? Or this is something else? I think that this is a result of a loop, just like Excalibur. It may not be an artifact, but I think it's similar. It's something that slipped from the previous loop, I think. But why does it have wings? Why does it have wings? Strictly just looking at it, the haircut is kind of reminiscent of like her mother. So is it related to the stuff Sophie and Lilia have been doing? I wonder. Because clearly this is not the goddess. They would have said so. So yeah, I don't know. And the last thing I want to talk about before I shut up is this. Reconstructing Grand Reset. And then executing Limited Regression. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about my theories about the next game and my wishes. Temporarily saving Zemuria's space-time. What does this mean? Executing Limited Regression. Now, the full regression would be going back to 0 Septian year 0, right after the Great Collapse, I'm sorry. By the way, does this mean that the Great Collapse actually happened before? Or the Great Collapse is just the name of like base Zemuria, like year 0 Zemuria? I wanna know. But yeah, limited regression, what does this mean? How does the regression even work? Because each and every loop is different, right? But how much different is it? Because before the Demon Lords were inserted, and before Vaughn came to Zemuria, Rune's life was different. How different? Like, was Rune actually a thing before? I'm sorry, this is not very clear, but like, how does it change? How much does it change from one loop to another? Does it change completely, or does it not? Is it actually like pretty much the same straight line and just going like that, and maybe stopping prematurely because of I don't know, Ishmelgo winning or things like that? I don't really know. But this limited regression, in my opinion, is just going back to 1208 at the start of Kuro 1, like we saw in the credits. Yeah, going back to this. So I think that next game in the sequel, either we start here, or if Falcom is really crazy, we start all the way back at the weird, you know, the start of Ghost Year 1? Yeah, there. If they're really crazy, if they could do it. Anyway, I think we're gonna go back here. Just without Agnes, without remembering she exists. Because becoming this other existence probably means that we're not gonna remember. Like the lyrics of the opening and all the stuff she said the night of the confession. Shit was too ominous. Shit is too ominous. Both the night, the red flags that were scattered all over the game for Agnes, and even the opening. Nah, shit was too much. But yeah, let's say she actually erases her existence, which I don't know how it's gonna work, but hey, we're gonna have to remember. We're gonna have to remember. Because number one, Vaughn is Zion, Diaspora, the Demon Lord of Time, right? That's what he's called. That rules over time, the Demon Lord that rules over time. And so, he's gonna have to remember. How? I don't know. Is he gonna remember from the start, or something is gonna get triggered, or he's gonna remember? Kind of like in Crow 2, when we like, hey yo, what the hell just happened? Did we just go back? I wonder. If he does not remember from the start, I think something's gonna happen with Mir and Yumi, because again, Yumi's eyes were shining just like they did when she was possessed by Mir. Here, just like that. And so we're gonna go like just, hey yo, wake up Yumi, and then just remember, because we're not gonna be able to meet with Mir without the Genesis, without Agnes actually. Well, actually, no. We don't need Agnes. I mean, at least we would need Agnes and the Genesis to get Mir to come out. But we can use Alter Core. And supposedly, I think that supposedly the Alter Cores are gonna stay. Because Hamilton is still here. I mean, she would still be here and shit. But we would need to get our hands on one. How? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we're not even guaranteed to go back to just 1208. Because yes, this is limited regression, but at the same time, the Zypha disappeared. Does that mean, granted everything disappeared, but like, It seems that orbital technology is disappearing. So how far are we going back? Because let's say we're going back only a few years before the sci-fi existed, which is why it got erased. We're still going back very far. We're still going back very far. I have so much questions. I have so much questions. But if there is something I want, when inevitably we reach this part of the game where we remember and we are sorry for stuttering and eating my words, but like at some point we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna remember, and we're gonna have to fuck shit up to get her back, to get the little jit back. So I want the next game to start like here. Vaughn remembers, and he just raids the presidential office. He knocks on Graham Hart's door and he says, "Brody, we got shit to fuck." Yeah, at this point, Graham Hart, he on demon time. He would be on actual demon time. Knowing that his daughter erased herself because his plan failed, he would never forgive himself. Even if we do get to Graham Hart, he won't remember. He won't remember what happened because we went back in time, but he won't even remember that he has a daughter. And that's the cruelest things of all. Damn. Yeah, this is just something I want. I just want Vaughn and Graham Hart to tag team. As this is about Anya's, dog. This is about Anya's. I want to see more of Graham Hart. Other than just being, yo, I'm the president, I'm big, I have huge plans and shit. Nah, I want him on the team. Maybe not as an actual fighter, like if Cassius were to join our team. No, just as a support. As a Zoc and Blitz support. Give an order. That's about it. I don't care. I just think that it'd be fun. We've talked about Reen's role in the future, as well as Vaughn's. I want to talk about Kevin's. What is Kevin gonna do next game? Technically, the ongoing storyline with him was the fact that he took back the Heretic Hunter title to hunt Hamilton. Is he actually going to go through with that? Because the Picnic Squad is not gonna let him do it. There's also the fact that next game 100%, 200%, 3000%, we're gonna see Reese. We're gonna see Reese, and she's gonna beat the shit out of him. You wanna know who else I wanna see? That's technically kind of close to Reese, not as a person, but as someone of the church. It's Ayn. I want to see Ayn. I want to see Ayn. It's been so long. It's been so long. I want to see Ayn. Mobilize everyone from the church. Maybe not show everyone. Don't show everyone like Gaius and Wazi, because it might be a bit too much characters. But I want Ayn. I want Ayn. We saw Nina. Maybe show even the Pope. I don't know. Surprise me. Surprise me. Are we gonna get other returning characters? I wonder. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. There's about, I think, 25 characters in this game. Are we gonna get more? 30, 33? Who knows? I don't think we're gonna total, I think, the 50 characters from Reverie. But Reese? Maybe Annalise? I don't know. This game is gonna be crazy. But I am also scared. Because this game, I told you at the start of the video, I think that Kai is top 2. But its placement is heavily relying on the sequel, or not really its placement. We don't care about the placement in a tier list. No. This game's worth as a setup game is entirely reliant on the sequel. And if the sequel bombs, which it will not, I trust Falcom, this game will suffer a lot. So much was set up in this game. So much. To the point where it's actually harming this game as a standalone game. There was so much secrecy, and I think that it's this game's biggest flaw, its secrecy. We get more questions than answers. And when you think you're gonna get answers at the end of a chapter, you're left with even more questions. And that's why I'm scared for the sequel, is if it does not live up to the setup. This is my fear for the next game. This is my only fear, to be honest. This next game we're gonna have to take down the Septarian of Time. Number one, go back in time, to the future, because of course we're gonna be sent back, right? Take down the Septarian of Time, take care of the remnants. What else? Just on Vaughn's route, Zion, the mayor stuff. There's so much stuff. Agnes, what happened to her? We're gonna get her back, obviously. She's not gone forever. Is there anything else in the crew that has not been revealed yet? Reset, I mean, a bit of reset, because I don't think we've completely closed her arc in this game. The Rin route, the new Ishmael Jr., his fight with Shizuna, the stuff with Towa, the stuff with was it her grandpa? Let's see. Altina at some point said something in the data of EOS. There was something about the Black Workshop and like the OZ. And like, is Rin's sword, New Tachi, is going to be like an Originator Zero sword, just like Milliam and shit? That'd be so crazy. That'd be so crazy. Granted, it's not a Tachi, but still, you never know. It'd be so crazy. And there's the Kevin stuff. We're gonna get Reese, obviously. The Hamilton stuff. The Picnic Squad stuff. The Marielle stuff. This game, there's so much. There is so much. I feel like they're not gonna be able to close, like to finish everything in the next game. Because mainly what I want answers on, it's Mir and Zion. These two to me are the most exciting things. And of course the Rin stuff, because I'm a Rin Glazer, but still. I feel like there's gonna be so much in the next game. So much things that you would expect would be in this game, jumping into it, but we're not. So yeah, Kai 2, whatever it's called, it's gonna be something. And the fact that it's not releasing 2025 is both a good thing and not really a bad thing, but let's say a bad thing. It's a good thing because they're gonna be able to take time on the game, make it better and shit. Make sure the story is good, because again, there was so much impactful stuff in this game that does not just impact this game, this arc. It impacts the whole series. They have to deliver. They really have to deliver. So I think this is one of the reasons they decided to not release it the year after Kai. But there may be other reasons. Number one, the 20th anniversary with the release of Sky Remake. I think the 20th anniversary was just the opportunity to remake the first game in the series. Which is probably why they decided to prioritize Sky Remake at the very least. Now, if they decided to delay Kai 2 to release Sky Remake, but not just release Sky Remake. To take advantage of the fact that we are going back, all the way back, to add things. And by that, I just don't mean like, yo, add a cool Luve and McBurn fight here and there, like an FC or SC remake. No, I don't mean that. Additional scenes, I don't mean that. I mean the fact that it got reset. This is what I mean. If they decide to reset at the end of Kai, to go all the way back to the first game, and do some crazy shit with that, Falcom. Falcom, I said I don't have enough honey for Reen. I may get the mustard and the mayonnaise for him, but for you, I don't have enough. If you actually double, triple down on the fact, on the reset stuff, to go back all the way to the goddamn start, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out because this is masterful gambit, and that shit is not even in gambit. You were sure of yourself. If this is really it, I'm sorry by the way if this is not very clear. I myself feel like it's not very clear and I apologize if it's not. Like if they take advantage of what happened at the end of this game with the reset to go all the way back to the first game and say, yo guys, it's a remake. But it's not actually a remake, it's actually... Hold up, bear with me. It is a remake of the first game, but not on the same time loop. It's not 19,999 anymore, or 20k, or at least discount 20k, which is the partial regression Anius did. If they do that, they are crazy. They are crazy, and yeah, Falcom. The people at Falcom, the people that write this game, this series, never meet me. Do not meet me. Because I will drool on you. I will honey you. I will. Let's cut it short, alright? I think that I don't have any more things to talk about, so I'm gonna conclude the video here. I've been yapping for about an hour now, I think. This game was crazy. This game, honestly, crazy. Set it top 2 in my opinion. Because it's not just a good game, it has an absurd effect on the whole series. An absurd effect on the whole series. That is what this game is. And if you were doubting about Trails, about Kiseki, about the series, it was falling down, it was falling off. This shit we have never been so bad. We have never been so bad. This is also something I just asked myself. This shit was really surprising. This is the first game in a while where you don't go, damn, this part in the game is shit. Because if we go back just one game, during Act 3, Kuro 2, you're like, yeah, this is not very good. This is not very good. You go back to Kuro 1, Chapter 3, the masks and shit, yeah, this shit is not good. This shit is not good. You go back to Reverie, same shit. The shit with the mask, this shit is not good. You go back to Ghost Tale 4, the shit with the mask is not good. You go back to Ghost Tale 3, Ghost Tale 3, I don't remember, honestly. But Ghost Tale 2, I know people have things to say about the Civil War and shit. Yeah, but it's been a long time where I haven't felt like there was a part in the game that was bad, so bad that it's stuck in my mind, my head. This is how much I like the game. Or not how much I like the game, this is how great the game is. The 2-year break or like the 2-year gap between the Crow 2 and this one, I think it did wonders to this game. And I wonder if we're gonna get another 2-year gap between this one and the sequel. Perhaps even more, you never know. Because Falcom has multiple games in development. Like, I know there's a port of like, is it IS-5 on the Switch that's coming? We got East 10 Proud that's coming. Like, granted, it's not a full game, it's just East 10 with additional things. It's still a game. Sorry. It's still a game in development. We got Sky Remake. We got the fabled Tokyo's the Naru 2. And we got this. There's so much coming down the line. And so the question is, like, when is Tokyo's Naru 2 going to release? We don't know. We don't know it, and we probably will never know. Because let's say Sky Remake is this year's big game for Falcom. We're not gonna get another title of this caliber. So forget about this game and forget about Tokyo's Naru 2. What about the pause. What about the year after? What game are we going to get? Whether it's the sequel to this game, Kiseki, or it's Tokyo's Naru 2, it'll be a problem for both series. Like for the other. Let's say 2026 is Kai 2. What about Tokyo's Naru 2? When is the game gonna release? And if it's Tokyo's Naru 2, 3-year gap? A 3-year gap? That's crazy. Honestly, that's crazy. So yeah, it's complicated. There's also the fact that we're closing in with the localization of the series. We just got Kuro 2 Daybreak 2 release. We're only waiting for Kai. But if you want my opinion, I don't think Kai is coming this year. I don't think it is. If it does, the people at Nisa, they're crazy. Honestly, they're crazy. They really are. But I don't think so. I think it's gonna release early next year. Around the same time as Kuro 2 this year. Probably. Since Sky Remake is gonna be worldwide, you don't have to worry about the sequels. That's good. But I don't think we're gonna... Let's say we do get just 2 years gap. We're gonna be caught up at some point. That's crazy. And so the next step after being caught up is like actual worldwide releases. But I don't think that's gonna be possible right now. Because it would need way too much work for a 2-year gap. 3 years, doable. 2 years, I don't think so. Because localization is translation, voice acting, the English voice acting, and the ports. That's important. In a 2-year gap, I don't think it's gonna be possible. Because by the time Kai releases, if Kai releases outside of Japan, by the time it does, we're probably going to get info about this game's sequel if it is releasing next year. We're gonna know which game is releasing next year in December, I think at the Falcom shareholder meeting. So we're gonna be a bit in the dark. But if this game again releases next year, Kai 2 releases next year, 2026, yes. And Kai 1 would be already out in the West, right? But since it's announced, the sequel is announced, I don't think they're going to be able to release it worldwide. Which is why there's going to be a bit of a gap between the Japanese release and the worldwide. Anyway, a 3-year gap. If this December, Tokyo Sonata is the game that's announced for 2026 for Falcom. Doable. Honestly, doable. It might be doable. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it might be doable. Falcom. Falcom. We've come far, to be honest. We've come so far. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. This game was just absolute goat raw peak fire. I have no words for it. I cannot glaze it enough. It was a pleasure to do this with you again. And trust me, if I have the occasion to do it again with Kai too, I will. I will. There was a lot of hardship with the editing, the translation and shit. But trust me, it was worth it. It was worth it. So I'll do it again gladly. I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all. And I'll catch you probably not tomorrow, probably in a few days. Give me a bit of time to prepare, because we are gonna jump into Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I hope that you guys will stick up with me. Goodbye, y'all. Goodbye.